towards this company. It's like nothing I could ever dream of.
This has been a huge blessing in my life. Some days I'll sell a few mascaras in the morning, and then by afternoon I have enough money to go out to lunch with friends or put some gas in my car.
Consistency, commitment, and don't give up and own it.
Own it. Yeah.
I think there's 27 girls in this company that are millionaires selling these products. I am 7 months in. I'm already in the top 3% of the company. I am 1 rank away from qualifying to get my Cadillac.
They just want you to jump in and do the things like a robot, and to the point where you're so involved that you don't even realize like what you've got yourself into.
It was just insane the amount of hoops I had to jump through to get them to ever admit that their product was faulty.
For a responsible adult who makes good choices for themselves, like you might think like, well, that wouldn't happen to me. And like, I kind of thought the same thing too.
You have to look a certain way. You have to be a certain way. The more I shared my story, the more friends unfriended me.
They teach to kind of prey on the vulnerable.
Invested all their hard-earned money for you guys, and you guys screwed them.
In recent years, we've seen a surge in the popularity of MLMs and the amount of women signing on with these companies. Independent consultants are spreading like wildfires throughout many communities, all reaching for a chance to make money while still being able to stay home. Long gone are the days of the door-to-door salesman. Now our inbox is filled with hey girl messages from girls we went to high school with. So what's changed over the recent years? And why have MLMs become the forefront of feminism in the minds of many girl bosses? Today we're going to talk about how multi-level marketing companies actually disempower women instead of lifting them up, and we'll take a look at all the ways that they do this. My name's Kayla and I make anti-MLM content, so if you're new here, make sure to subscribe if you like that kind of thing. You can also give this video a thumbs up and follow me over on Instagram. In an earlier world, desperate unemployed men would slip into their well-polished suits and take to the streets to sell household items and personal care products to stay-at-home moms while their husbands were away at work. Since it was uncommon for women to work outside the home or have access to a vehicle, they were the perfect targeted audience for these companies. Over the years, many MLMs such as Amway and Avon had adopted the door-to-door selling until it fizzled out with the birth of the internet and the women empowerment movement. The multi-level marketing industry has become highly attractive to women all over the world, but most alarmingly so in the US, as consultants are offering stay-at-home moms, military wives, and young millennials an out from the traditional 9-to-5. All they have to do is cover the initial sign-on fee, and then they'll be well on their way to financial freedom.
Learners are earners, and you learn as you go, you grow as you go. So nowhere in this business does it state you have to know every single thing to be successful. I'm a regional vice president going on 2 years in this business, and I still don't know everything, and it has not limited me from making the income, the friends, or having the opportunities that I have had. So following people on social media is very essential. The next thing we want you to do is make your introductory post about you starting your Arbonne business and what your journey is looking like and what you want it to look like. So a few things. Be as raw as possible. People love that. And you know, if you've had a hard time lately and you need friends, tell people that. If you've had a hard time and you need money, like financial freedom is not with you right now, tell people that.
I just got recently married in May, and for those that don't know, I moved all the way from to So I had a lot of life changes going on. So back in December time, end of 2018, right beginning of 2019, I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do when I got here. I am a full-time student and I have worked retail basically ever since I've had a job. and I was kind of just overworking retail. I realized that's not what I wanted to do. I didn't want to come here and just find another job just because I needed it. There was really nothing to lose from this situation. If I signed up and I ordered products and I ended up not liking the business aspect of it, at least I knew that the products I was getting were good products and I loved them and I could still use them in my everyday routine. That's how I started my business. I really started it because I wanted to do something once I moved here. I am a full-time student, so I wanted to be able to take care of my house and be with my husband and take care of our dog and do all these things while being present, working retail. I just did not feel that way. I felt like I was struggling with school and work, and I think that's what a lot of people do.
MLMs have been notorious for giving women a false sense of empowerment, time freedom, and community by way of a side hustle with a dash of babes supporting babes and feminism. But what most aren't aware of when they fall victim to these exaggerated opportunities are the dangers that lie within the business structure. A whopping 20 million people in the US are involved in MLMs. But what's even more wild is that 74% are women. As someone who's been involved in MLMs in the past, I can say that most people don't initially see the shady sales tactics, overpriced products, oversaturated sales market, or the fact that close to 99% of those involved will lose money. Instead, these women see a way to stay home with their children while still making money, a low-cost opt-in for the chance to be your own boss, a way to pay off student loan debt, or the chance to build a business. With the daily cost of living, childcare, further education, and the women empowerment movement all on the rise, this has made women of any age the prime targeted audience of the predatory nature of MLMs. The growing use of hashtags like girlboss and mompreneur filling up the social media pages of women who participate in these companies has paved the way for highly deceptive marketing around feminism and opens women up to being susceptible of falling victim.
I, in October of 2019, was told about Arbonne and I guess scammed into joining. I was told all these different things. I was going to make it be easy to make money and that I'd be able to stay home with my son. I was told a lot of different things, and when I look back now, it was so stupid of me, but I was in such a vulnerable position. I don't know why I went along with it, but I didn't have the money to do it, and so I tried to make up an excuse and said, you know what, I don't get paid until like a little while. And so they basically were like, that's fine, this upline will buy it for you and you can just pay them back. And at this point I was sort of like, I don't really know what else to do. I didn't know how to say no, and I felt like I was in a very awkward situation, and it just sort of went ahead, and I ended up having to get a loan out to pay for these products, which then I obviously had to pay more on because it was a loan and it was such high interest. It was ridiculous. I have now paid off that loan because I was lucky enough to come into some money in another way, but it was ridiculous. And the way everything went about it, because I was in such a tired mental state all the time because I had a newborn, I didn't really process what was going on and I didn't really think about what I was doing, and I just don't want it to keep continuing to happen to other people.
How has an entire industry that has marketed around the female population and built a foundation on the feminist movement in turn hurt the very people they target? While MLMs certainly are not picky on who buys into the business, as we've seen many men participate in this structure, and to date there seems to be an MLM out there for pretty much every product or industry. They tend to focus their branding on high cost, low quality feminine products like leggings, makeup, weight loss products, and even jewelry. This alludes to the idea that women are only capable of selling girly products to other women in order to make money because there's no gray area in between for women to like anything but. When these women become a distributor for multi-level marketing companies, you can almost immediately see a distinct shift in their social circles, family dynamics, and most certainly their social medias and finances. Uplines persistently push that consultants burn through their warm market, aka their family, friends, and co-workers, to shill mediocre products and look at everybody as a possible business opportunity, until distributors are basically shunned by their loved ones. When concerned or annoyed family and friends speak out about their worrisome opinions, consultants are told by their uplines and MLM communities to cut ties with all toxic negativity in their life, sometimes even suggesting or encouraging divorce when financially concerned spouses point out the obvious money loss or toxic tactics. This alienation then leaves distributors even more vulnerable and makes it difficult for them to leave the MLM since they have little to no community outside of the structure. However, this isn't the most distressing part on how MLMs hurt women. Aside from making little to no money, they're often shamed for working outside of the home. The amount of guilt that's placed on parents daily, combined with MLM tactics, creates an enormous amount of guilt and pressure for moms to sign up and sell shakes and wraps. A study conducted by John M. Taylor and filed by the FTC tells us failure and loss rates for MLMs are not comparable with legitimate small businesses, which have found to be profitable for 39% over the lifetime of the business, whereas less than 1% of MLM participants profit. MLMs make even gambling look like a safe bet in comparison. MLM as a business model is the epitome of an unfair or deceptive acts or practice that the FTC is pledged to protect against. It is even more worse than classic non-product pyramid schemes, for which the loss rate is only about 90%, as well as play-to-pay chain letters. For promoters to present MLM as a business opportunity or income opportunity is a misrepresentation. So clearly this doesn't mean that nobody makes money in an MLM. It just simply means that the 1% at the top are the only people making any sustainable income. The other 99% are duped into racking up credit card debt, told to forego paying some of their monthly bills, and instead are encouraged to dump money they don't have into products to hit rank and make purchases to showcase on social media to create the look of making it big with their amazing business opportunity. When you start to peel back the layers of girls supporting girls, cheesy she-boss quotes, and exaggerated income claims, you'll see that rather being a trailblazer in women empowerment, MLMs are actually disempowering women. They aren't creating wealth for those who spend every single day working for less than minimum wage. They aren't creating communities based around acceptance, and they most definitely aren't standing for the feminist movement. Duping women into joining multi-level marketing companies based on the idea of making money and becoming the CEO of your own company has done nothing but hurt thousands of women and their families. These companies aren't turning women into millionaires, nor are they the driving force for women empowerment. Truth be told, none of these women are actually working for themselves. Instead, they're lining the pockets of the men that sit at the top of these companies as the CEOs. The majority of MLMs most people are familiar with, like Plexus, Unique, Beachbody, and Herbalife, are in fact owned and operated by male CEOs. There isn't a part of me that thinks that men cannot support women empowerment. And I'm not here to speak less on men. That is not my goal with this video. It is to simply say that I don't believe that the men at the top of these multi-level marketing companies actually care about women empowerment or the feminist movement. They don't care about the true meaning of the hashtag girlboss unless it's benefiting them. Of course, I can't touch on every issue in this video, but I am curious to know what you guys think, so let me know down in the comments and we can definitely keep this conversation going. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me today, and I will see you guys in my next video.